everyone, my name is Abby and welcome back to my office. Today we're tackling a topic that's often overlooked but incredibly important, and that is the emergency fund. So what exactly is an emergency fund? Simply put, it's a stash of money set aside to cover unexpected expenses or financial emergencies. Whether it is a sudden medical bill, car repairs, or unexpected job loss, having an emergency fund can provide a financial safety net when you need it most. You might be wondering, how much should I have in my emergency fund? There's no one size fits all answer. It all depends on your individual circumstances. For example, if you have a car or a house, or you have a pet or a child, those are different expenses that you would need to budget for versus if you're a single person with none of the above. A good rule of thumb is to aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, taking into account your rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and any other essential expenses. But don't let that number overwhelm you. Start small and gradually work your way up. So how do you build an emergency fund? Well, it's all about consistency and discipline. And here are some tips to get you started. First, create a budget and prioritize saving for emergencies. Set aside a portion of your income each month specifically for your emergency fund. Next, automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund so that you're less tempted to spend that money elsewhere. Consider cutting back on non-essential expenses to free up more money for your emergency fund. Remember that every little bit counts. Now let's talk about the benefits of having an emergency fund. Not only does it provide peace of mind knowing that you are prepared for the unexpected, but it can also help you avoid going into debt when faced with unexpected expenses. Don't just take my word for it. Here is a real life example. Having an emergency fund helped me when my car broke down unexpectedly. Instead of stressing about how I was going to pay for repairs, I was able to cover the cost without dipping into my savings or going into debt. Now, what if you need to dip into your emergency fund? Well, that's okay. Life happens, but make sure to replenish it as soon as possible. Remember, building an emergency fund is a journey, not a destination. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your financial security grow. And that wraps up today's video on understanding emergency funds, and I will see you tomorrow.